did it.
Hello.
25th episode. I can't believe that we've actually made it 25. And I figure for this very special occasion, I'm going to have my wife Tamara on.
Hello.
She recently started a YouTube channel for the crafts that she makes. And she has a video that is blowing up right now. And I don't know, now's the time that I get to introduce you not only to my wife, but the cool stuff that she does.
Yeah, I make junk journals. It's basically books that you can keep all of your memories in, recipes, anything you can think of. Yeah, and one of the videos I made is about actually organizing your craft supplies around your desk area so you can have a constant workflow, because I do a lot of collaging in my journals and mixed media artworks, and it's quite intricate sometimes. And I have lots of little things that I always have, to grab. So it's good to stay organized while I'm working.
Yeah, if you have to reach around and grab a bunch of stuff, it just takes you right out of your flow, pretty much.
Yeah, my desk just starts covering up in little things and snippets and stuff. And if I have to search my scissors for 3 minutes, it's not fun anymore. So I constantly have to keep my desk relatively clean. A bit of creative chaos is fine, but it shouldn't be overwhelming.
Well,
so, yeah.
I'm sure there's other people that kind of wish that they had that sort of organizational thought too. So the fact that you made a video for that helps them. And it's, you speak German, you speak English, and a little French. So everybody, I suppose, that speaks German that isn't used to this junk journaling world, they actually get a semblance of everything that you've collected from the English-speaking world of junk journaling, right?
Yeah, the German junk journaling community is relatively small. It's growing, but it's originally a trend or an idea that comes out of America. And there's lots of American or English videos about that. And I make English and German videos, so both worlds can have my ideas. And if you speak English or German, you can watch my videos. I make 2 videos on every topic that I do. And I think it's really helpful for the German community because there is not a whole lot of content. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the German community really appreciates anything that's new about junk journaling, any idea I can transfer from the English videos I also watch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think between that and the fact that you picked up this hobby, I guess, when I was away, you really found other people that were doing it out of the love of it, and you connected with them.
I actually discovered junk journals because I used to make artist trading cards. It's like trading card sized artworks that you trade with other artists. And I was on a forum about that. And there was a side forum in that forum that taught about other art things you can do with your trading cards, like collecting the trading cards in an album or a journal. And there were also people talking about journals in general. And that's how I discovered junk journals. And in the time you were away from Germany, Skip came here to just explain that. Skip came here for 90 days, and that's how long you are allowed to enter Germany if you are from America without a visa. You have like a sort of special visa to stay those 90 days, and then you have to leave for 90 days. And then he came back again, and you would have to do that forever until you basically either have a job or you get married, which is what we did.
Yeah, so we went to the island of Erskobing.
Yeah.
in Denmark.
Yeah, and I just knew that I wanted to document all of the little things that that I would receive going to Denmark with you, and also your flight tickets and all of that, like the photos, how we met and the things we were doing when we went to Cologne and everything like that. I wanted a place to document that. And once I learned about junk journals, that was a perfect way to document all these things. And that's why I made the first journal, to have a place where I put all of the plane tickets and photos. And yeah, for example, it can look like this. This is a collage and it has a Polaroid photo of us in it, and this has recipes of stuff we cooked and lyrics of songs that remind me of us. And yeah, like this time we went into the cinema and saw the Ghostbusters car in there, and like it's just every little thing. And there's actually the plane tickets. It's super bright, but this is the plane ticket from flying back and forth between America and Germany. Yeah, all kinds of stuff like this. Beautiful place to document all of these ideas and thoughts.
The song that we wrote is in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we wrote a song together. Here is the chords for this song, and here is a little thing to just show how intricate junk journey can become. This is actually the instruments we used to play, and that we used while we made up that song on the go while we were busking outside. And it has a back and front, and yeah, it lives in here with the chords and everything. Yeah.
We wrote it during Corona, basically. It was called the Frog Pond Boogie.
Yes.
Because, we took our instruments to, it was an industrial area. Was it a coal area?
It was where they bring coal up from the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we got near the frog pond and we started playing music. And because frogs don't really have a whole lot of natural enemies in Germany, you could tell that they were happy. They were getting some music, and apparently other people were happy too because we started getting a crowd.
Yeah, it was during the Corona times, and people were pretty starved of hearing music because there were no open venues, no live music at that time. And yeah, I was nervous about playing outside because I expected a lot of people to come around, but it didn't go out of hand. So there were just some people filming us and stuff and walking by and enjoying the music. You could really tell that people missed hearing live music. Yeah.
It was really our first time genuinely getting that musical gelling together too. We had to document that. And man, you started playing guitar when you were like how old?
It was when I was around 16 years old. I was very much into Japanese metal, and my favorite band is at that time was Gazette. Unfortunately, they changed their style of music a lot. Nowadays, it has very electronic elements into it. Back in the day, it was very guitar forward and metal, and I wanted to be like the front guitarist of that band, lead guitarist, and so I bought the same guitar brand as him. Was a metal guitar from ESP, and I tried to play a bit with that, and I bought my first amp and my first electric guitar with my first money I ever made. So yeah, that was a cool time. Long time ago.
The first money that was from being a carpenter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was during my carpenter apprenticeship, the first earning that I got from becoming a carpenter. Yes.
Yeah, see, you're not a delicate flower. Your first job was carpentry.
Yes, it was very physically exhausting, but also very creative.
Right, it gave you an entire outlet. And then you went from ESPs to Gretsch's.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Since that band changed their music style a lot, I kind of drifted away from that, and I just had the guitar hanging on my wall. I didn't really play anymore. Then a lot of things in my life changed. I moved to a different place and moved back again, and just years passed in which I wasn't playing. Sometimes I have a country guitar. I would sometimes play on that with steel strings. Just play pop songs here and there every time I felt like noodling, but the electric guitar didn't get any love anymore until I discovered the Stray Cats, and I just basically immediately sold that ESP guitar to buy a Gretsch as fast as I could. Yeah. And
what was it about the Stray Cats that just grabbed a hold of you? Like, I mean, you have the tattoo.
Yes, I have the Stray Cat tattoo here. I can show it. It's fine. I undress for you guys. It's okay. Let me see. Yeah. It's right here on my left arm in the same spot as Brian has it. And I also have actually my first Gretsch tattooed. I now have 2 Gretches. This is my first Gretsch. And what do I love about the Stray Cats? I love Brian's raw energy. I mean, when he was younger and even when he was older, still super energetic person. I mean, his punk-esque energy turned more into fucking guitar slinger power. He's just so good on the guitar, and I like his big band stuff. I like how versatile he is as well.
Yeah,
he doesn't really shy away from that. A lot of people don't like Brian so much because, you know, they're super hardcore into rockabilly and they don't appreciate the jazzy stuff that he does. But I love everything he makes. I think it's all amazing.
I've always said he can play guitar like Cliff Gallup and he can sing like Sinatra.
Yeah,
I mean, he's kind of the total package.
Yeah.
And he just seems like a really nice person.
That's the too. Like all of the tutorials of him and just interviews of him, he's so humble as well. And he just seems like a cool dude, honestly. I would love to hang out with him and just talk to him. Yeah. I hope he tours again eventually. Like there's hasn't really been any information if he is gonna play live again.
Well, if he does, I'm sure we'll do our best to get there.
Yeah. Certainly. Yeah.
So you have some other journals over there.
Yeah, going back to the journal topic, you can make a journal about any topic you can think of. You can document recipes, as I already said. A lot of people do that. Some people do prayer journals. For me, these 2 are relationship journals where I document everything we do together. Then this is actually the second journal I ever made. It's a dragon journal. And you can see it has a lot of texture that I made with stencil and texture paste. The eye is actually shiny. I think you can kind of see that. I used so many things to make this. I really wanted to make it very 3-dimensional dragon eye. It's not too bulky. You
can really see it. And I've posted photos of this one online before, I believe on my Facebook. And that's just the one thing that you can't get the experience of is the texture of this. Yeah. It literally does feel like dragon scales.
Yeah, I write everything about dragons in here. I've been fascinated about dragons ever since I was a young child. That never stopped, actually. And I document cool dragon prints. This one down here I drew myself. And I treat dragons as if they were real in this book. I basically write poems down and studies about dragons. Here is, I take it out actually, it's better to see. This is like a dragon scale sample. This is actually just some metallic paper, but if you write down here, it's the scales of a Siberian ice dragon. I mean, who's gonna tell me it isn't from a Siberian ice dragon?
I mean, that's amazing that whatever idea you can come up with about anything.
Yeah. There is a place for it. And my current project is an ancestors journal. My grandpa died and I inherited a lot of family photos, actually all of our old family photos. And I'm so glad I received them because I don't think anybody in my family would have done the effort that I'm putting into this journal. And I'm putting in the photos with texts that I write on my typewriter. And I write down everything that I know about my ancestors. And it's going back pretty far. I have photos from my grandmother, like great-great-grandmother.
Well, I mean, the thing that's really awesome is because they're so old, and you said that it's original documentation from back in the day. It still has the smell of the old photos. The paper has the old smell, but then you combine all the senses together when you make these, I swear.
Yeah, this is a signature that's going to be in my ancestors journal. It's just one group of pages. It's called a signature, and you have several signatures that make up a book. It's basically a bundle of pages. I haven't bound this journal yet because I decided for this journal because I don't know how thick it's going to be. I would first just make the signatures and then make the cover and the spine because I don't know how wide it has to be yet because I want everything to fit in there. And this is an example, it's a combination of photos and texts. And since I don't really like my handwriting, I use my typewriter. And I bought the typewriter at the flea market for just $30 and it works as new. I just exchanged the ribbon and it writes perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of flea markets, we've been known to, when we visit flea markets, we'll pick up a bag of photos. They're just selling random photos from the 30s, and you create entire stories from these photos.
Yeah. I have a lot of projects in my mind that I still want to do. For example, a lot of photos that I bought on flea markets have dudes in Navy uniform, like German Navy, or like ships on them and ocean type stuff, water, beaches, beach images, postcards from beachy places. And I want to make a Nautic themed junk journal with all of these photos.
Oh wow!
They are not
cool.
They are not immediately related. Of course, they are all from different kind of people. But I want to make a just Nautic themed journal sometime. That's just one of the many ideas that I have.
I mean, that's a great place to also put the tiki drinks.
Yeah. That's actually true. Yeah, I want to maybe make a journal where I document cocktail recipes because we have a cocktail bar. You can see it in the background. Yeah, all of the drinks all of the beverages are on the top, and around here are tiki mugs, and sometimes we come up with our own recipes, and then that again would be a great way to document that. Yeah. Nothing everything you can imagine, you can make a journal about it. That's why they also start piling up. They just multiply on their own.
I just love how not only the spines are different and different textures and stuff, but I mean this says the beads there and sometimes I do not sew the signatures in. You can actually sew through the spine. Sometimes I just wrap a thread around, from the middle of the signature around the book spine. And that's actually the string that holds the signature into the cover, and it's just tied on top. And then you have these strings, and you can attach beads to it, or here put a little bell and a feather. I like it because every time I pick it up, the bell is ringing. It's really cute. And you can add beads, or some people actually make their own beads even out of paper as well. And it's called a tassel. Yeah, tassel. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what it's always been called. A book tassel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can see that.
Or you can, for example, the second relationship journal, I put a bulldog clip on top. And
second.
Yeah, this is the second. I'm working on the third now. It has the tassel attached to a bulldog clip, so I can actually remove it if I want to exchange it or add something else.
It's amazing. It's hard for me to read through those and not get super teary-eyed.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Really, when you flick through the pages, you are taken back to that time where we did all these things, especially if you combine photos and a flyer that you pick up from a theme park, or a napkin, anything, a candy wrapper from something you ate there. And that's what makes junk journaling so special. It's not just a scrapbook where you glue in photos and you decorate a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really, it's like a time machine.
It's a time capsule on pages.
Yeah.
And there's no restrictions as to what you can do with it. You know, every one page can have nothing to do with the next one, have nothing to do with the texture of the last one or the color scheme. It's almost like its own movie per page. You can add enough in there to really bring, I suppose, the photos and the descriptions of it out.
Yeah.
So cool. I suppose this would be the time if you have any websites or addresses.
If you want to see my work and more of my art and tutorials, especially on what exactly I'm making, you can find me as NUBERARTS on YouTube and on Instagram. And I'm sure under this video in the description, you will find links to those pages as well. I would like to see you there, so you can click like on whatever you like. So I know what you like and I can make more things you like. That's how it works. It's how channels grow.
You're amazing.
You are.